Today I'm going to be making for you one of the most popular dishes here at the Estate House. It is a pan-roasted Irish organic salmon accompanied by some purple potatoes, regular russet potatoes, a little French beans. We have some shallots, a little fennel and scallions, and a little roasted tomato vinaigrette. So we're going to start out by doing the salmon. We're going to put a little oil in a nonstick pan. We're going to season the salmon, a little salt and a little pepper on both sides, of course. Then we're going to start the salmon skin side down in the pan. The reason why I want to do skin side down in the pan first is to get that skin really, really nice and crispy. It just adds so much more flavor to the dish, and it keeps the flesh of the fish nice and moist. So we're going to let that go for a minute. In the meantime, we're going to start our accompaniment here in this other pan. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil and just a touch of butter. Okay. Then at this point, I'm going to let that butter just melt and start to get a little brown, nice and toasty flavor. We're going to add our potatoes in. We're going to let that go for a little bit. Now the salmon I'm using today is an Irish organic salmon. We get our fish flown in daily from Santa Barbara from a company called Kanaloa Seafoods. They're one of the only green seafood companies in the country, and they fly their fish in fresh every day. So now that we have the potatoes going a little bit here, we're going to add a little shallots. Then we're going to add our green beans as well. I'm just going to give that a nice little toss in there, incorporate all that beautifulness here. We're going to add the little scallions and fennel. Just let that go for another couple of minutes. We're going to season that with a little salt and pepper as well. Now you can add anything you want to this. You can add some beautiful cherry tomatoes if you'd like. You can add broccoli. You can add peppers. You can add anything. I just like the simplicity of this the way it is. So now we're going to check on our salmon here. The skin looks like it's beautiful, so we're going to flip that over. And that's perfect. At this point, we're going to add a little bit of butter. And we're also going to add a little bit of thyme. And then we're going to baste the fish with the butter. And this is going to keep a beautiful moistness to the fish. Just keep it nice and juicy. And then once you're done basting it a little bit, you don't want the butter to get too dark. You want to transfer this to a roasting pan with a little extra butter. And then you're going to put it in a 350-degree oven until your desired doneness. If you like it medium rare the way I like it, or rare, I'd say probably about 3 to 5 minutes. If you like it medium, maybe 8 minutes. So at this point, see, I like it very rare. I like sushi, so I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to show you how to plate this now. So what we're going to do is I'm using a round plate. Now consider your plate a canvas. Most chefs love the visual of their food. People eat with their eyes first, so as long as you make it look pretty, you're in business. So we're going to do a little of potatoes and haricots verts, or French beans, right in the middle of the plate, just like so. Okay? And then once you're done stacking this into the middle of the plate, okay, I'm going to take my fish and I'm going to put it skin side up, just like that, right in the center of the plate. And then I'm going to grab another spoon, and I'm going to grab our roasted tomato vinaigrette. The roasted tomato vinaigrette basically is just tomatoes that have been tossed in olive oil, a little garlic, and then I put them in the oven until they get a nice char around them. And then I puree them up with a little sherry vinegar, a little more roasted garlic, a little thyme, and then a little oil. So we're going to just drizzle this around the plate, just like so. And you have a finished dish right here. I'm going to put a little microgreens on top. And there you have it. That is our pan-roasted salmon here at the Estate House. This next dish I'm going to make for you is one of our most popular appetizers here at the Estate House. Because of the Scottsdale location, it's pretty much warm here year-round. So this little salad that I'm going to make for you brings me back to my childhood, spending all my summers in southern Italy, where it's just as warm, if not warmer. So what I have here are some beautiful heirloom tomatoes that are just so ripe and perfect, grown here locally in Scottsdale. And we're going to cut into these. Just gorgeous tomatoes. We're going to make some wedges out of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add them to a bowl with a little salt and pepper and a little extra virgin olive oil. Now this is the tomato and burrata salad that has a little prosciutto crostini on it. We're going to marinate this just for a few seconds in some extra virgin olive oil. We're going to season it with a little salt and pepper. And then we're going to use the burrata. We're going to mix this up first. Get those flavors right in there. Burrata originated in Puglia, Italy in the 1920s. What burrata actually is, it originally came from water buffalo milk, which is a lot whiter of a milk. It doesn't have the yellow pigment that cow's milk has. And they make the mozzarella out of it. And it basically makes a balloon, and then they're dipping the curd in cream and stuffing the outside of the mozzarella, the inside of the mozzarella. So the outside is actually a hard mozzarella type cheese, and the inside is very soft and creamy and delicious. So what we're going to do to plate this is we're going to take some of the tomatoes. We're just going to put them around the plate right here, just like so. And then we're going to take our burrata and just stack it right in the middle, just like that. Then we're going to take some grilled bread or toasted bread, and we're going to cut that into a couple of pieces. It's been brushed with a little olive oil, thrown on the grill, and then we rubbed some raw garlic onto this bread to give it a little flavor. We'll put a little prosciutto on there, prosciutto di Parma, or you could use San Daniele, whichever kind of prosciutto you prefer. I'm going to stack that up on top as well. We have a little micro basil here as well. We could just put that right on top, like so. Now I have just a little parsley oil. You could use some basil oil just to garnish the plate just a little bit, give it a little color, make it look appealing to the eye. I also have a little bit of saba here as well. And we're just going to drizzle that around the plate as well. And here you have the heirloom tomato salad here at the Estate House. Basically, my experiences growing up in Italy was pretty much farm to table, just like we do here. I know a lot of restaurants say they do that, and we are one of them. We try to use as much local ingredients as possible. We're using local organic farmers to bring produce and cheeses and meat products to our restaurant, and we try to get that to the table fresh every day. That's pretty much one of the things that I enjoyed about growing up in Italy and cooking in Italy, for that matter, was the freshness of the ingredients. The difference in taste when it comes from the ground to the table is second to none.